Okay. All right, if I can have your attention, we'll call the, what is it, the Wednesday, July 30th, 2025 meeting of the Citizens Advisory Board to order at this point. And the first item of, well, I guess we should take roll. So we'll just go along around the table. Go ahead.
Susan White.
Lisa Franz. Bettina Carey.
Victoria Andrews.
Mary Ellen Larry.
Lynn Cashman. Charlene Bacalsa.
Jeff Crom.
Randy Richards.
Barton DeLacy.
Eileen Evans.
Diane Boyer. Eddie Decker.
Colleen Gantz. Tracy Buxton. Tara Vaughn.
And I'm Harry Steinmetz. So, and I heard from Gene, but he's not here yet. So he may be here later in a few. Anyway, the second order of business is I appreciate everybody coming. I'm glad it got in everybody's calendar. I apologize that the agenda and the minutes did not get out sooner. They did go out by email today to everybody. So that won't happen again, and they'll be about a week in advance of the meetings. So the first item of business on the agenda is the approval of minutes from the June meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay.
To approve.
And there, motion and second.
Just remember to turn on those microphones.
Oh, yeah. So, all right. So Susan White made the motion.
Victoria Andrews, second.
Seconded it. Are there any questions? Has everybody had a chance to at least peruse them? Any discussion? Then calling the question, all those in favor, raise your hand.
Aye.
Yeah. All right. All opposed? Nobody opposed? It passes unanimously.
Question.
Yes.
Not directly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Question, did we clarify whether the council liaison positions were actually part of the committee or not? I know different subcommittees in the past. Some of them, the council members were simply liaisons, but according to current code, since some of them are actually members of the committee. So I want to be clear about this one.
I would defer to council and our staff.
So is the question whether,
Yes,
Are we voting
basically, do we
members of the-
vote? Yeah, are Jean and I voting members, and Harry?
Yeah.
I think I'll have to get back to you on
Yeah,
that.
well,
We have
Don't
not,
think
we have not
so.
been voting
Yeah,
over the course of the last year, and we haven't adopted the new draft ordinance yet, but we've simply been liaisons.
Yeah.
Colleen?
But there was a question on whether you would be chair, though, but, so then not a voting member, but still chair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, meeting facilitator and chair are the same, having the same function at that point.
Which is very common on strong mayor cities. A strong mayor presides but does not vote, which is not the case here. The mayor in this city, and council manager city, does vote. So.
Got it.
But you're pretty strong.
yes, I'll look into that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll try to speak loud, but yes. I will look into that before the next meeting, and maybe if we need to clear it up in the ordinance, I can also put it in there.
Okay. So, but it is, so the minutes have been approved, and then the second item on today's agenda is the presentation of the draft ordinance, which was passed under first reading and is going to second reading on the next city council meeting, the 7th, I think. September 11th. So, and that'll be by Tara Vaughn.
I'll just
You
stand
wanna-
up here, yeah.
Okay. And we do have a PowerPoint on that.
And I apologize to the council members, they will have seen this last week, but felt like it was worth going over again. So it's just kind of a brief overview of the draft ordinance. A little bit of background, you guys probably already know this, but the new structure of this committee was created in order to not only best utilize you guys, its members, but to reduce the just overall number of committees that we have and the needs for staffing those committees. So this was the old organization where you all were separate committees under the city council, reporting to the city council. The new organization looks more like this. So you have your subcommittees for senior services, human services, and the arts under the Citizens Advisory Board, which then reports to the city council. We do have the structure of this is 12 neighborhood seats and 11 at-large seats. And as for the subcommittees, I believe you guys talked about this at the last meeting. So it was thrown out that 3 would be a good minimum number and 9 would be acceptable maximum. That way you can maintain efficiency, but still get things done. As for terms, I think this was also already discussed, but we'll start initially with 2- and 4-year terms so that not everybody is terming out at the same time. We're gonna try to get as close to a 50-50 split on that as we can. And then after that, it will just be 4-year terms forevermore. It is already part of the code that you can serve 2 consecutive terms before you have to remain off of a committee for 2 years, and then you could reapply. And as written now, there would be no term limit for subcommittees. It's just whatever your term is for the CAB would be the limiting factor for subcommittees. Proposed workflow, the subcommittees would meet independently as needed. They would then report out to the CAB, who will take a vote on whether just to adopt the subcommittee recommendations or to change them, draft their own recommendations to relay those to council. You guys would prefer if a CAB member took your recommendations to city council, so that is in the ordinance as well. And if you'd like, you could elect a different member to do that at every meeting. It doesn't have to be the same member. And so as Deputy Mayor Steinmetz mentioned, that was just the first reading was last week. The second one, this motion was passed to September 11th. And there, obviously, there will be a chance for public comment at that meeting if you would like to.
Are there any questions about the ordinance?
Okay, I do have
Yes.
a question.
Okay. Eddie, can you? Yeah.
Okay, video. My question is, it says here, no term limits for subcommittees. Yeah, okay, so you're saying no, that they can serve 4 years and 8 years and 16 years and,
Nobody can serve 16 years.
okay.
Because what's going to happen is the subcommittee membership will be from the CAB. So there are term limits on the CAB, which will necessarily put a term limit on the subcommittees.
Why does it say that, then there's no limit on subcommittees? It's kind of confusing.
Because, I mean, it's just a drafting issue. I mean, certainly if you're not on the CAB, you can't be on a subcommittee, so you would be sort of overdrafting to say there is a term limit for the CAB, and there is a term limit for the subcommittee, when you couldn't have one be any different than the other.
But if we can go back to that slide, that's not what it says. It's very nebulous.
Okay. Sarah, you wanna?
Yes, I mean, if the council would like, we can obviously change the language, but the intention is that
Yeah, see, no term limit for
your
subcommittees.
term limit as a CAB member is automatically going to limit your time on a subcommittee.
I do have a point
Yeah,
of
if that's what-
clarification on that. Could I ask you? I hope I'm not bringing up an old issue, but, so let's say we're all on committees, subcommittees, and, from what I've heard tonight, does that mean that no one from the community can be like on the senior committee too, in addition to the CAB members? Do you have to be a CAB member to be on the subcommittee?
Yes.
We won't have any extra members? Okay, thanks.
But yes, as I was saying, if the council would like me to clarify that language, obviously, staff can do that.
Oh, go ahead, Lynn.
Yeah, I guess I'm asking the same question. I read it this afternoon, and that was really confusing to me, since I want to be on a subcommittee of how it says no term limits for subcommittee. And what I wondered is does that mean where they say you can serve 2 consecutive terms, then you have to remain off? Is that not true for subcommittee members? But I guess it is, since I'm a CAB member too, so that sentence is very confusing.
Yes.
It's not clear at all.
The mayor has-
Tracy?
So, I cannot make this motion, but I would recommend it for somebody that can. I would recommend the motion to amend bullet number 3 to say, term limits for subcommittees will be the same as the CAB.
Second.
And remember, this is not, this is just simply the PowerPoint explaining it. This is not the ordinance itself. And the ordinance is already in there. The term limits are already in the ordinance. But if it clarifies, that's, the PowerPoint can certainly be
So,
explained.
do we have a copy of the ordinance?
Yes.
So it does currently read, subcommittee shall not have a term limit. But we
So,
can
so
clarify that.
because if all of these people, even, you can hear what's happening, even when we clarify and explain, they still say, yeah, but that sentence is confusing, so I think, but now here's the thing, so what you're doing when you make a motion and a second here is that you're motioning and seconding the recommendation of the council, and then they would still need to agree with that. Do you see what I'm saying? So when this comes on September 11th or whatever, this comes before the council, then they would need to agree to what you're recommending. The mayor will agree with you. So, I guess I'm done with my clarification, so I guess you have a motion and a second on the table, Chair.
Yeah, second.
They did make a motion and a second.
All right. Who made the motion and who seconded it? I'm sorry. Okay. Colleen made the motion, Victoria seconded it? No, or vice versa? All right. Sorry, I was looking for where it said that in here, because I didn't see it, but, all right. Any more discussion? Jeff?
It almost seems like if we're all CAB members, you could just strike that line. It doesn't even need to be there.
Go ahead.
I thought of that as well, but I think the clearer we can be in our language, the better. And so I do think we need to clarify whether subcommittee members have terms or not, because there was still confusion. Could a community member join, not join, whatever?
Bettina?
I agree. I think it needs to be in there because I know what happened with some of the Human Services Committee members was that they just fell off and they just went off like that and no notice or whatever. So if we can write it down and make it happen, I think that's the best thing. I also want to make a comment. I often go and review these videos, and without the microphones, you cannot be heard. And there are people that are watching these meetings, so if everybody can make sure they're on the mic, that would be great.
Jeff? Oh, all right. Anybody else? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay. Are there any other questions or concerns about the draft ordinance? Gene? Mhm.
Thank you. Just for clarification now, we're saying that because of the staggered terms, that the effective date of this reorganization, that there will be members that can only serve 6 years, there are other members that can serve 8 years.
Correct.
Okay.
That's how it'll play out in the first round.
Okay, just want to make sure everybody understands that.
Charlene? Somebody else may have the same question. So. there you-
Sorry, I just thought it was 2 and 4, but Jeff did the math for me.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Then the motion is, we don't really even need a motion to adopt this.
It's just, it means that.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm, no more questions. So we had the one clarification. Well, that was easy. Okay. Subcommittee appointments is item number 3. And there is good news that everybody's first choice was available. So we did not have more than 9 people saying they wanted to be on one committee. And so what that worked out to is Human Services is Lisa, Lynn, Corinne, who's not here. I'm sorry. Do you have?
It's on the, if you want to.
Oh, okay, we have it, there it is. Good. There we go. So, Corinne, Victoria, and Mary Ellen are on Human Services. Susan, Randy, Barton, Eileen are on Senior Services. And Eddie, Rick, Bettina, Charlene, and Jeff are on the Arts. So, Diane, I'm getting a sense you have a question, so please. That's Lisa, yes.
It's me?
She's the new member from Redondo neighborhood.
No, we'll
Okay.
get to that bottom part in a minute.
Okay. All right. All right. Do you have another question, Diane?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
on this, I would like to be on Human Services. I know you can see me.
Okay. Well, there's certainly room. All right. Lynn?
Yes, I was also speaking for Mary Giverson, who was a former Human Service member, and work kept her from coming tonight. But she had trouble getting her, she said she didn't get your email letter. Somehow there's some problem there in the email communication. Although she was on your list on that email today, but she still said she's not getting the information. But she definitely wants to be on it. She wasn't able to be at the, she's not retired. She works, so the meetings become difficult for her sometimes.
What committee did she want to be on? Do you know?
She wanted to be on Human Services, yeah, and
Okay. Well, I mean, if
Mary Giverson, so can that be added?
it's up, yeah, it's basically up to the cab.
Okay.
So. Is she on the cab? Yeah, well, she would have
Yeah,
been if
she's
not.
listed as a member on the CAB, the list that you put out.
Okay. Okay, so she's an at-large member. So is there a motion to add 2 members to the Human Services Committee in addition to this list, which is Diane Hoyer and, I'm sorry, Mary Giberson?
You want to make the motion?
Who? Lynn?
You need a motion? Yes. I move that we add to the Human Services Subcommittee Diane Thoyer
Hoyer.
and Mary Giberson.
Second?
Mary-
Second.
Mary Ellen?
I'll second the motion.
All right, I know, we're just trying to
Oh, I'm
make sure we
sorry.
keep track of who's doing what.
Oh,
That's fine. All right, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Passes unanimously. Tracy?
I'm just thrilled at these lists. What healthy committees. I just want to say thank you for stepping up, and I am excited to see what comes out of those. So, just touche. Touche on these committees. They look so healthy. I am really excited to see what comes out of these committees, and thank you for stepping up.
Okay, so now we were going to start with the terms, who's serving a 4-year term and who's serving a 2-year term. And we were going to do it by committee, so the committees are evenly divided, and then everybody that's left will essentially pick out of a hat. That seemed to be the most random way to do it. So is it okay if I pick out of the hat, or if Tracy or anybody, one person does it rather than trying to pass around? Yes, Jeff?
What are you gonna do?
Figure out who's serving a 2-year term and who's serving a 4-year term.
Well, it seems,
Yeah, but who's seat 4 and who's seat 2?
well, it seems to me you got, like, in arts, Eddie's 1, Rick's 2, Bettina's 3, Charlene's 4, and I'm 5. It seems like that's already settled.
We could do it that way?
Yeah, why redo it?
Victoria?
But that does not then include those who have elected, for whatever reason, not to be on a subcommittee. So they need to be treated differently if we're going to do it that way, and that's
We can-
fine.
We do that after we're done with
After,
the
yep.
subcommittee.
That's fine, too.
Eileen? Yeah.
I was just wondering real quick if we could just raise hands to who's in which committee. I'm not really familiar.
Okay, everybody on Human Services, please raise your hands. Okay, and there's one missing. Everybody who's on Senior Services, please raise your hands.
They look like they know what they're talking about.
Okay. Okay. And everybody who's on the Arts Subcommittee. Okay, and Rick Laycock is not here. So, counter proposal is that since we've already got them labeled. Oh,
We
sorry.
just have
Oh,
to
there,
make sure of the other 2, Diane and Mary, would need to be
Right.
7 and 9.
So I wrote Diane first and then Mary. So Diane would be 6 and Mary would be 7.
okay.
Works for everybody.
Yep. And what that means, Diane, so you understand it, is that you would be serving a 2-year term. Okay. Yes.
I don't understand, we're not gonna draw all the hat?
Well, Jeff's idea is we just take, since there's an order to everybody that's up there already. So seat 2 is Lynn, seat 4 is Victoria on Human Services. They would be the 2-year terms. Seat 1 is Lisa, seat 3 is Corinne, seat 5 is Mary Ellen, and seat
6 is Diane and 7 is Mary.
So what terms are they then?
Diane would be a 2-year term, Mary would be a 4-year term.
Okay, you're doing every other, okay.
Right. That's just the proposal. It's even easier than trying to draw out of a hat, but just trying to assure there's a randomness to it if anybody was concerned about that, but if not, we can take the list and apply them that way.
Yeah, it's easy.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
I motion we accept those terms.
I second.
All right. So the order in which they appear on this slide will determine position seats 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. Is there any discussion? Yes, Bettina?
We still need to pick the years for the people that are,
We will do that.
okay. So we still
That's
need
after
to-
we're done with the subcommittees. But the goal was to try to get the subcommittees evenly divided and then get the rest of the committee evenly divided, and that provides the function. All right. Any other questions, comments? We have a motion and a second. Call the question. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Passes unanimously.
I will need just a second to jot that
Okay.
down so we can see how many 2s and 4s are left for the neighborhoods, and then we will do the same for the at-large.
So, Eileen opened her soda, I opened my water. If you've got a drink, now's a good time. While we get caught up. Yes, Colleen?
I did not sign up for a committee because I am hoping to assist, I'm going to talk to Tara somehow with either facilitation needs on the committee or we have our upcoming strategic planning process that's going to be happening with the city, and I have experience in that, and so I had offered to potentially help our group lead and be part of public engagement for the strategic planning process. So that's why I did not sign up for a committee. I just wanted the committee to know that. And also, if that doesn't work out for some reason, I would very much like to be on the senior services. And I put that all in my little note when
Okay.
we submitted them.
All right,
So I just wanted you to be aware.
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a limit to how much we can volunteer. Yes, I understand that. Okay, Yeah, Susan?
I'm gonna say something just because
please go ahead. I
I'm
can
fe-
turn it on. There you go.
I'm feeling kind of nostalgic, I think. Years ago when and it had to be probably in 2012 or something, but I was on the Senior Services Committee liaison at that time, and my mother, I mean, that Senior Activity Center saved her. I mean, she loved it, all the activities. It was really active back in the day. And now I am sitting here, a senior myself. And I'm like, where does time go? But, you know, I have to say, it was pretty amazing times back then of all the things we did. So I'm excited about this, and I feel it's going to be a good thing. Now, anyway, makes me think about her, though. It's kind of sad.
Okay.
So that would be, I'm gonna put six 2-year terms in here for the remainder. Some of these slots haven't been filled yet, so we'll just pull for that slot, and then when it does get filled, that person will get that term. I don't see Mr. Pirtle here, so I think we'll just have to pull for him. And Magdalena as well. So there'll be 2 4-year terms and 6 2-year terms going in to get an even split in the neighborhoods. Do you want?
Okay. So just draw. Who is up
We
first?
can start with one of the business that is open right now.
That's a 2-year.
That's a 2-year. And next would be a marina tenant, which is also open at the moment.
An open marina tenant for a 2-year.
Okay. Next would be North Central neighborhood, which is also open at the moment.
Right in the corner.
Quit looking, Eric.
I'm not not looking at the number, I'm just trying to figure out where they are on the bottom of the bag, but, and that's another 2-year term.
Okay. And then next would be Justin Pirtle from North Hill.
That's another 2-year term.
2. Next would be the Pack Ridge neighborhood, which is open at the moment.
And that would be a 4-year term.
Okay. And then Magdalena Herrera from the South neighborhood.
You get a little piece of paper sometimes.
Sorry.
And surprisingly, that's a 4-year term.
And there should be one left, is there?
And there is, no, I've got 2 left.
Oh, well then I did my
I've
math
got
wrong.
2 2s left.
So either way, Colleen would get a 2-year term.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I don't know what happened with my math, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay, and what?
Susan is a 4, yes.
Yes.
If Susan's around
No
You're number 1. Come on.
And that's actually all of them. All of the at-large were already taken care of with the subcommittees. So
Okay.
I believe we're,
Can you read the list off to everyone, just so
Yes.
we know and
absolutely.
make a mental note or jot it down, this is your term?
Yes, so Charlene is a 2-year term. The second business slot is a 2-year term. Eddie is a 4-year term. Bettina is a 4-year term. The marina tenant, when we get one, would be a 2-year term, as would North Central. Justin Pirtle is a 2-year term. Pack Ridge, once we get somebody, is a 4-year term. Lisa is a 4-year term. Magdalena is a 4-year term. Barton is a 4-year. Colleen is a 2-year. Mary Giberson is a 4-year. Mary Ellen Laird is a 4-year. Rick Laycock is a 2. Victoria Andrews is a 2. Corrine Anderson Ketchmark is a 4. Eileen Evans is a 2. Jeff Cromp is a 4. Randy Richards is a 2. Susan White is a 4. Lynn Cashman is a 2. And Diane Hoyer is a 2.
All right, Charlene, I saw your placard up, and then Eddie.
If I heard you correctly, I'm Charlene, I'm a 2-year,
Yes.
and you said the second business person would be a 2-year.
Yeah.
So that defeats the purpose of our
A staggering.
stagger.
Oops.
I mean,
Okay.
we took the neighborhoods as a whole and tried to get a 50-50 split, and it was just, whoever got pulled out. So we're not trying to replace all of the neighborhoods and the business all at the same time. So there is an even 50-50 split between 2-year and 4-year within the 12 neighborhoods.
That doesn't make sense of our concept.
Yeah.
Now, I personally requested 2-year, but now it's my understanding there isn't a second business person at this time?
Not at this time.
Oh.
There was at one point, but that person has dropped out, apparently.
Yeah, Harpreet?
Yeah.
Wasn't,
There was a misunderstanding about Harpreet Kaur. Whoever knew there were that many Harpreet Kaurs that live within a 5-mile radius of here?
yeah.
So we thought that it was the owner of the, I'm gonna own it. I thought it was the owner of the Tuscany, but this
So did
Harpreet
I.
Kaur, yeah,
I
no,
asked her.
different, evidently it's a different person, and she didn't come tonight, so we're gonna work that out. So,
So there is or there isn't a second business person?
They don't think.
Not currently. No.
But it would be my understanding the second business person would be a 4-year term. That makes the most sense.
Would anybody want to switch? Okay.
Really?
And you're, give me 1 second. Actually, I have you as a 2-year as well.
Yeah, you already got it.
I need they would require a 4-year person to swap.
Okay.
Eddie
Yeah.
is volunteering.
Okay.
But you have another North Central person, and to the best of my knowledge, in the 3 years I've been here, I've never had anybody that's North Central but me. Just to let you know. I mean, There may be somebody out there, I keep looking, but I have not found anybody. And I don't know a lot of the people that are outside of Wesley, so that kind of limits my number of, I mean, I only have 620 neighbors, but.
We'll have to do some recruiting efforts, it sounds like. Okay, so I will swap those two then?
Well, I just have one, I need clarification. So is it my understanding that we're not two people from every neighborhood in the marina, correct?
Right,
or
there's no alternates.
Oh, because there's no alternate, it's just total number, period.
Yes.
Okay.
So Charlene,
Uh-huh.
you can have a 4-year term. I will take a 2.
Or do
Well,
you want the 2 and have the new person come in before?
I am okay with that if it could change. I don't know.
Or we can assign the unfilled business slot as a 4, if you would prefer.
Well, and you can always run again, I mean, you can always, at the end of a 2-year term, you just have to be.
Everybody will be forced
Oh,
then.
so we're all starting at 0 then? Even though we put in time already?
This is a whole new.
All new.
Whole new ordinance, we
Okay.
have a new name for this.
Okay,
So, yes, we're starting again at 0.
whatever makes sense, works for me.
So you're okay with a 4-year?
I am.
Okay, I'll just swap those then.
In the interest of clarification, can Tara list off the communities that we still are recruiting for?
Yes.
Thank you.
So we are looking for a business owner, a marina tenant, someone from the North Central neighborhood, and somebody from Pack Ridge.
So Bettina, I was gonna combine that with a post. I was gonna post out about this, so if you're gonna do that, maybe let's work together on that, okay?
All right.
Great.
And I think we have actually completed the selection of terms. Yay. And hopefully, this is kind of the last of the procedural meetings that we're having to try to get this thing back off the ground. I know we've spent a lot of time doing procedural things, and so I appreciate everybody's patience with that, but it's also your procedure.
So Charlene
Jeff?
just brought up a good point. So
Uh-huh.
now we've got 4 people on the arts that are there for 4 years and only 1 for 2 years. She was a 2 according to the 1-3-5 thing, 2-4 thing.
I thought she and Eddie just switched.
What do you think? Maddie switched, and she's a 2 and you're a 4.
Oh, yeah, Eddie just switched from me.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Problem solved.
We're slow tonight.
No, this gets complicated. Gene?
For the sake of clarity,
Mm-hmm.
can we make sure that when this comes to the council, that the terms are clearly designated, so that we have a historic document that says this is what it is?
Yes,
Great.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you all very much.
Easy.
We may get out of here quickly. And then. Yeah, we could actually be in time. So then the proposal for the upcoming meetings is no meeting in August. Generally, the council only has 1 meeting in August, and it's just a bad month all the way around. So the next CAB meeting would be on September 24th. Okay. And then the rest of the year would be October 29th, and then December the 10th. Yes, Victoria. I'm kind of leaning this way just to talk to the microphone a little bit.
Can you refresh us as to what our chief topic of discussion might be for the next meeting, and what, if anything, we'll get in advance of that?
I was going to do that.
Thank you, sir.
Getting the dates down, and that we all had agreed. We talked about this before, because the problem is Thanksgiving and then the end of December aren't good, so we just picked the beginning of December for that. So at the September 24th meeting, it's a discussion of the city's strategic plan, and Colleen may be involved in facilitating that discussion, but we will have the process will be starting. I believe we'll have somebody available from the consulting firm that's helping us put that together. Do you recall? Jean, do you recall? There was some discussion. Will we have somebody from the consulting firm that is putting together helping us put together the strategic plan to make a presentation here? Okay.
That's a Catherine question.
I think yeah. So we'll ask Catherine when she comes back. And then any subcommittee reports and a review of their work plans. So if you're on a subcommittee, your homework is to come up with a work plan of where you're going from here, and then report back at our next meeting at the end of September.
If I may, sorry, just jump
No,
in.
that's fine.
Yeah, we do ask that the subcommittees meet in between now and the September meeting and come up with their work plan for the next year. And then that will be reviewed with the CAB at that meeting.
Informally. Senior Center can be available. Tracy?
So, just for the direction, will the committee, one of the things the committees will be choosing chairs, and maybe who's going to kind of be in control of a calendar for them? Is that part of their work plan?
I think that would be up to the subcommittees, however they feel is they run best. I would encourage them to kind of flesh that out at that first meeting.
Hang on, Jeff was ahead of you. Jeff?
So, briefly, could we get a quick synopsis of what each committee's responsibilities are? I mean, I've read the things, but I know that Health and Human Services, Senior Committee, and Arts would have different charges, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So, to begin with, maybe it's going to be probably the same as what's already in code. I doubt it will change too much. So do we have the code numbers for people to refer to read about those?
I don't have them right now, but I can email them out. And I would just say that we did leave these sort of intentionally broad in the code. And I think what we're looking for is you guys to kind of come up with some, topics that you want to discuss, you feel is necessary, and you would like to bring to the council's attention.
And in the draft code that you have, and this is what presumably will be adopted by the council, is section 6, sub 2, the duties of the Senior Services Committee shall be A, B, C, D, and E. Subsection 3, the duties of the Human Services Committee shall be, and it lays out those 4 things. And then sub 4 is the duties of the Arts Committee. So that gives you some direction on the scope of what those committees will be addressing. Victoria.
Thank you. If nobody minds, I would love to break into our 3 groups and perhaps elect a chair, appoint a chair, talk about who would be willing to be a chair so that when we leave, we can expect that we're going to hear from somebody rather than just, well, I don't know when we're going to hear from somebody. Because if that happens, it'll be me. And I don't need to do that. So, take pity. If everybody has time and we're supposed to be here till 8, if we could break into our little groups, then everybody would end the meeting knowing, oh, who's our chair, and we're going to hear from that person, and we'll figure out when we're going to meet.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense. So let's put that at the bottom and just finish the work plan for October and December. Yes, Eddie?
So I don't know if any of you that are in the arts, let's say, have had any experience with art group before. And so, but there was an art group here. So don't you think that those people would be, the direction we want to go with that? I mean, like Susan said, she's been on the senior citizen, so she knows what it is. And somebody on Human Services said but at least for me, I've never been on the Arts Committee. I don't know really what their purpose is, but I need to know what they've done so far, or, what.
Susan?
I honestly think, to try to decide all this tonight, I would just as soon, we organize a meeting together for the human service or senior services, and then we can discuss. I mean, you've been on it, right, for a while? See, I haven't for a long time, so I would like to kind of be brought up to speed, and we spend some more time on this and just say, we're going to have a small group and decide who's doing what tonight. That just seems like pushing the envelope a lot to me. So I think that's just my opinion.
Jeff?
Yeah, because if you look at the Arts Commission, I think the Arts Commission was essentially decimated up until this point, so all 5 people are new to it. So I like her idea of table it for tonight, and then we can, because like Rick's not here, so we can schedule a meeting wherever it is,
Yeah.
and the 5 of us can get together and then make some of these decisions.
Yeah.
Victoria?
Then who's going to call that meeting of the arts people? If nobody knows what they're doing, who's going to do it? I think you need to just talk to one another and just say, well, for right now, I'll send out the email and we'll get together and then we'll elect a chair. Somebody needs to take charge tonight so we know what we're doing. And that you don't have to be the chair, but I know who I want to be the chair because she knows what she's doing. I don't want to be the chair because she's going to teach me what I need to know. But you Arts Committee people need to just have somebody to get the ball rolling and say, I'll send the email out.
Eileen?
I was going to suggest, let's just exchange emails at this point, and then we'll see what date works for us. Yeah.
Tara, is that something you could send out now that you have the emails, now that this is all settled, and name and then email, and but I think that's a great idea, but perhaps tonight the subcommittees, such as they are here, could find a time to meet and get that resolved. And I don't know if we do this if we need to break apart. I mean, I would recommend that we find a time at the Senior Services Center. We had morning meetings. We could 11 o'clock or something. That would seem to work for 4 of us that were, or 3 of us that are back on that. And we're sort of leaderless without Jeff, but I think we could handle that. But I was hoping maybe even look at what the Tara, what the previous Wednesday, we had I think we even had a meeting set up before everything got.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Second Tuesday. So maybe
let's not do this in front of the whole.
Well,
I think
Well, but this way we
After the
get it all
meeting,
done, we
yeah,
can,
after
there's
the
only
meeting,
three of us.
we can get to that corner, this corner, and that corner, and then have that discussion.
Well, this way we can
Uh,
do it while Tara's here, so we actually get it in writing and it come out.
And what I
Well,
can do
and
is
there's no reason that can't happen.
create subcommittee emails that I send to
Okay.
all the members of the subcommittee, and then you guys are all connected then.
Okay.
And then use that email as a chain to work out your next
Perfect.
meeting time and everything like that, if that works. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Susan? No?
Oh, that sounds
Can you turn your placard down?
Oh.
Bettina?
So I really love the idea of getting an email out to everyone, Tara, and then also it'd be invaluable to have any resources that were created during the time when we had staff for each of the committees. I mean, we don't have necessarily what would be considered a playbook or a standard operating procedures manual like the one that this little lady has over here, but at the end of the day, whatever would establish what functionally each of the committees did, then at least we'd have someplace to start, and then we can go from there.
Yes, I can look up, maybe the last things each committee was doing and send those along, hopefully.
Tracy?
Is it Tara or Tara? It's Tara, but I'll answer to
I know, I answered as Stacy. At least I'm not
Eddie?
Stacy's mom.
No? Jean?
Well, one thing is, are we covered as far as with the Arts Commission that we have an event coming up in November that they have to take care of, Squidorama? So they're gonna need to meet sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I am not sure about that. I'd have to ask, I'd have to check with either Bonnie or Catherine, to see what's going on with that. but I can
Okay.
check on that.
Jeff?
I was just gonna say, if Tara's gonna send out a list to each committee, I'm happy to send out the initial email to everybody looking for times to have a meeting sooner than later.
Okay,
Yeah.
takes care of arts. Aline, were you gonna do that for senior services? No. Okay, all right.
No.
I just spoke up and then, all right. And Victoria, you don't want to do it for human service, or Lynn?
I will, but Lynn, I was suggesting Lynn, she doesn't want to, I'll be happy to do it.
Okay, so we got it covered?
Make me chair.
Nope, just trying to get that first meeting organized.
Yep, okay, that I can do.
Okay. And the lists, email subcommittee lists will be forthcoming.
Yes.
Any other discussion about getting started on subcommittees? And then the proposal for the October meeting is any subcommittee reports, if any, and then the 2026 work plan, what do we want to do, and then a review of the city's website. And get your tentative.
Subject to change, but yes.
Looking out that far, we're hopefully going to be that. And then in December, again, subcommittee reports, and then revisiting the 2026 work plan. Okay? Any questions? Victoria?
Sorry. I know we're on a biennial budget now, but is there any budget discussion necessary from or for us this year?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we've passed a biennial budget. There may be amendments that happen to make, if the assumptions were off somehow, but they won't be policy level. Okay. Tracy?
I do think there might be one or two items where we'll be looking for community input, like animal control. And so there are a couple hot things that keep coming up in the community, so if there's a consideration there, that's a possibility.
We can bring that to the
Yeah.
agenda at that point. These are not jam-packed agendas right now, but just trying to get a sense of the rest of the year. All right. Does anybody else have anything for the good of the order? Seeing none, is there a motion to, oh, Charlene, yes.
Just briefly, so your agenda to me is focused more on the subs, whereas your reference to animal control discussion would be like cab, or it's just all cab and, okay. Well, I guess, yeah, the citywide site, that's a cab. Okay, I got it.
All right.
I moved that we adjourn.
Oh, that's. And Barton is seconding that motion?
Yeah, there you go.
All those in favor? Any opposed?
Thank you, Harry.
Great. Thanks. An hour.